All right, let's talk about Monday. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click and that you have the desire to want to know what I'm going to be talking about today. I am Nancy Bekekar, a millennial who is on my journey to create wealth, and I am so glad to bring you along. So last week I did a video about introduction, what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be talking about the rest of 2025, and of course it's money. And happy 2025 in case you haven't had it from me or haven't watched that video yet. But since that is all out of the way, now class can actually commence. Today we're going to be talking about financial literacy, but just a bit of a quick background. So sometime last year, it must have been the Holy Spirit, or really I was going through it financially, and I looked around myself, I looked at my circumstances, I looked at the business that I'm doing and how much I'm earning and how much I know already, and the possibility that was actually available for me to actually earn more. And I thought to myself, there is something that's not right. There is something that's not right. That something is not adding up for me right now. But because I'm a believer, there's this that I know and I keep going over constantly that says, it's in Deuteronomy 8:18. I have been given the power to create wealth so that Lord God may fulfill the promises that He made to Abraham. I am a part of that sequence, and there's nothing around me that is speaking to that truth. I knew immediately that I had to change. And I figured, just like any other issue or problem in life or any other goal that you want to achieve, if you have not yet achieved it, if not yet moved to the other step, to the other level, it is because there is something that you do not know. It is because there is somebody that you have not listened to that could actually tell you something more about the thing that you want to achieve. The money that I'm looking to get, the money that you're looking to get, the more money that you're looking to get this year, it actually is going to take a bit more knowledge, more than what you know right now today, to make what you're looking to make. So that's what financial literacy is all about. It's all about knowledge. That is when I got introduced to financial literacy. I started binge watching. I started watching people talk about money. Then I started getting introduced to these terms. And investing in bonds, in real estate, in stocks, and these are things that you could hear. I could hear in passing because I am that kind of person, and that's the kind of content that I could consume anyway. So because I wasn't directly consuming and I wasn't directly involved, it was just in passing, and I didn't do anything about it. And of course there was nobody that I know. There's no conversations around me with friends because money is sort of like a taboo. You don't talk about how much you make, you don't talk about where it goes. Who are you? Are you my mother to tell me how I should be spending my money anyway? Anywho, so I thought to myself, the amount of knowledge that I got all throughout last year, and even just these past few days of 2025, I feel like if somebody had talked to me about money in the way that I've had people talk about it, in the way that I'm about to talk to you about it, in the way that you should go and seek for yourself, out for yourself about it, I would have been really farther off in my wealth creation journey. So I decided, I knew then something had to change, something had to be done. There is somebody like me who needs to hear it. If I have to be the one, Lord, let me be the one. So I am the one. I am here to tell you about financial literacy, and it's just about knowledge. It's the knowledge that we need, the skills that we need to know how to make our money work for us, how to make it work better, how to earn more of it, where to put it. So those are the things that we're going to be, financial literacy introduces us to. Financial literacy works around a pillar. The reason why there is such a huge pay gap, the reason why your parents are old today and it's still you who has to tackle those bills, it is because there is something that they did not know and they did not pass on to you. So the earlier that you know, the better it will be for you and for your old age. How do you even get to your old age and not have to work? Because it is a good idea when we think about it. We're like, oh, I want to retire by 40. Do you know what it takes? So that's it. It's the knowledge that you need, the knowledge that your parents didn't give you, the knowledge that we didn't get in school, the knowledge that our government is not going to come and hand over to us like this, like, boo, there you are. Because even if the government actually is willing, because by the way, Bank of Uganda has financial literacy website where they talk about money and all that, and you can go and look at it yourself. But if you want more, if you want better, if you want bigger, you have to do more, and you have to want better. So what are the pillars around which financial literacy works, around which money, our money, the money that you make, the money that you desire to make work? Even the economy works around those pillars. So once we understand those pillars, once we understand the intricacies that come with all those things, which is what we're going to be talking about here for the forthcoming future, we will be, there is no way we cannot be wealthy. There is no, we cannot get the bag if we know what we need to do and where we need to put the bag once we get the bag. So what are these pillars? First of all, of course, we start with money, earning, and budgeting. One, how much do you earn? How much do you make? How much would you want to make? Obviously, which country are you in? We're in Uganda. Which kinds of businesses are working? Should you be an entrepreneur anyway? Do you want to make more anyway? Those are the sort of questions that we have to be asking ourselves. Of course, it's about earning. First, it's about earning, and then a lot of times you could be earning more, but then you're not saving enough. Earning versus saving is a backbone of all wealth creation, all the wealth that we're going to create and we're going to be able to make. If you earn 100,000 Uganda shillings and you spend the rest of 100,000 Uganda shillings, we're going to be here. We shall never get to where we have to get to, but we have to understand that we have to make the money, and then if we're not making enough, we have to increase. We have to go, we have to start the businesses, we have to get the jobs, we have to ask for extra raises, we have to save, we have to cut out some things that we don't necessarily need to be spending money on because we're not yet in that income bracket, and then we can save some money. So when we get to saving, and after we budgeted and we figured out this is how much money we use in the week and this is how much money is left over, where do we save it? Is it just leave it in the bank, or is it safe to put that money in accounts that are high yielding? Those are mutual funds, unit trusts, commonly what we know here in our country, or online banks. Here in our country we have some, and even your local bank, they have those things. So those are the things that we will be breaking those down and going into them, and I hope you will be here for it. But that's it. So where do you save your money? It has to gain value. If you just leave it in the bank, inflation is going to eat you up. So we have to understand all those things. How do we make money work for us when we're actually not putting in the work ourselves? So after we learn about emergency funds, then we can move on to debts and loans. Is it necessary to get a loan? Is it necessary to, we will learn the difference between bad debts and good debts. Is it necessary to, the debts that we have, how can we be able to eliminate those? How did we accumulate them anyway? What are some of the methods that we can use? Snowball methods, all sorts of different things around how to eliminate our debt. Because if you are indebted, if you still have to kick off 200 million Uganda shillings loan, there is no way you're going to be able to kickstart your journey, because you need money that does not have anybody coming for it, for you to be able to invest it in a good place that you can then eventually have it wait on it to grow. So after we have cleared out our dates, then we're going to be looking at investing. So investment, where do we put our money? Where does our money grow? Do we put in real estates? Do we put in, what are the assets in which we can put our money and our money can come back to us? So is it real estate? Is it fixed income assets? Those are government bonds, treasury bills. Is it other post businesses? You can do venture capital. You can that's not probably conversations that we actually ever have. When somebody, I will tell you, this business of mine that I'm doing, earlier on, I knew the idea of somebody investing in business, or me going around and asking people for money, and I didn't want to go get a loan. Obviously, I wasn't going to ask for a loan from anybody, and no one was going to give it to me if all I had was idea and start, and you have sold just $1 million's worth of stuff. And then I thought I should tell my friends to give me some money, and then most of the people that I talked to about, you should invest in my business, by the way, you should invest in my business, by the way, they laugh it off. But actually that is like a good thing. Investing in people's businesses, if you can look at the books, if you trust the person, trust the environment they're in, because I don't think selling clothes is your niche, your thing. It is not your mojo. It is not a thing that you want. But if I tell you that it makes money, you might want to. Why do you want to waste your time selling that clothes when somebody else is actually doing well there? So those are some of the things that we look at when we look at investing. And then of course there is insurance. What insurance is good for us? Is insurance good for us anyway? So many. I want to give a disclaimer, which I should have given at the top of the video, beginning of the video, but I want you to know that all the things that I'm talking about and that I'll be talking about henceforth, it's not things that, I'm not a professional financial coach. I am not a financial coach. There's just things that I've learned. There's just knowledge is everywhere, and it's knowledge that I'm implementing, and I know and I trust that it works because all the people that I'm listening from have results. All the people, whether they're Ugandans, whether Americans, whether Kenyans, I've done my due diligence, they have results. So these are the things that have worked for them. They have grounds off of which they're saying these things. So that is where I'm coming from as well. Do not go and say, Nancy told me that I need to invest in someone's business, and then you invest and things don't work out, and then you come for me. I will not help you. So that's it. So that's things that we're going to be looking at. We're going to break them down. We're going to step by step, because of course wealth creation is a whole process. It's a process. For me, I am willing to sit it out. Are you willing to sit it out? Are you willing to learn at every stage, at every level? I am just here to talk to somebody because I didn't have anybody to talk to me. I have not actually seen anybody on the internet. There is a couple from Uganda that I have listened to, that I watch, and actually I'm sharing information from things that I've had them talk about. So there you go, guys. Financial literacy is important, and let's get on this journey together. And I'm so glad that you're here. Catch you next week. Bye.